I'm Belashia Wallace on behalf of National Black Law Students Association, also known as NBLSA. With a rich history dating all the way back to 1968, our founder A.J. Cooper's vision has now flourished into a remarkable reality. We are now comprised of thousands of members from across the globe in 6 countries, and our members, pre-law students, as well as our alumni can agree that NBLSA has been an integral part to their success. Here are some of our stories.
NBLSA is important to me because it was the first organization to reach out to me, to grab me when I was one out that didn't know anything. It taught me how to be a student, how to case brief, how to outline, how to take notes. Taught me a lot of the skills that were required to be successful in law school.
When I went to Cumberland School of Law in Birmingham, Alabama, I was hundreds of miles away from my family. And at that school, there's only about 10 minorities that go to that school. And so to be able to have someone who looks like you, who's been through what you've been through, who's fought and actually studied and did the things that you want to do, it was an amazing opportunity to have those mentors, to have a friend, to have someone you could talk to maybe about what classes to take, about what skills you need to improve on, and someone to help you just even how to study. Those type of things are the greatest opportunities that I've had while I was at law school, and it was because of NBLSA.
NBLSA is the reason why I'm still in law school. I entered into a school that was very undiverse and did not see many people who looked like me. It wasn't until I met my chapter members at that time in my first year of law school that I was introduced to NBLSA.
It really brought me a sense of family. When I first came to law school, I didn't have anybody in my network or community who I knew who was a lawyer. There's so much that you don't know when you come to law school, and so being a part of BLSA helped bridge that gap for me.
I think the past 2 national chairs clearly shaped my interest in the association, but also served as great friends to bolster me while I'm trying to, gain study aids and understand what it means to be a law student at every phase. But as far as professionally, I would have to say my dean, Alfreda Robinson. She is an alum and heavily involved with the NBA and really showed me the profession and tying it into my legal education and how to kind of navigate both worlds simultaneously.
Danielle McGee, who was the current chief of staff in NBLSA under Kendra Brown as national chair, she was our chapter president, introduced me to NBLSA, and what really got me engaged into NBLSA was going to the Northeast Regional Convention in Boston, Massachusetts. And from there I became the regional treasurer and then eventually became regional chair and realized that there's a lot of people in this organization that are like me, who are going through the same struggles like me, who want to make sure that we're all together in this.
I know for me, when I was at Cumberland School of Law, we only have, at the time I entered, 10 African Americans at the school. And to be able to reach out, being so far from home, to people who look like me, who think like me, who act like me, it was just an amazing opportunity.
Their values really fit in line with what I expected out of my law school experience. Again, it was that community atmosphere. It was someone who was really vested in my professional and personal development, ensuring that I knew how to succeed and navigate throughout law school. And by introducing me to NBLSA, she introduced me to an entire network of individuals who are also future Black professionals in the legal realm and individuals who had common goals and also had common struggles throughout law school, regardless of where we were from.
I think the first person who I ever met who was in BLSA, her name was Chantrice Anderson, and she was the National Director of Community Service last year, but she was also my mentor for BLSA. She was pretty inspirational in that she made sure that I was always taken care of. She helped me through my first year of law school. She helped me outline. She helped me know what to do. I mean, she helped me make sure that I got A's in my classes.
When I entered law school at Cumberland, there were only 5 other African American students in my class.
There were, however, around 12 African American law students who were upperclassmen, and they took us in from day one. On our first day of orientation, they took us up to the BLSA office and showed us around, showed us the book drive that they had going on where we can look at books that possibly we would use in our sections for our classes, and they let us use those books for free for the entire year. And they also assigned us to different mentors and introduced us to regional events and national events. I was lucky enough to go to the regional convention in Nashville, Tennessee, where I met the current regional chair at the time. Her name was Charlene Stanberry, and she played a great role in getting me interested in serving on the regional level. She spoke to me like I was her friend for years to come. It helped that we were sorors, but she was just a really phenomenal person. I liked how she made everyone feel at home at the convention. I loved the programming that they had at the convention, and I was excited about going to nationals at Atlanta.
There's so many opportunities to be a leader, and you don't necessarily even need a leadership title. NBLSA has many opportunities for students to get involved, and I took up the role of being involved as the regional treasurer and then becoming regional chair, and knowing that the impact that I'm giving the members is something that is very worthwhile in the end.
Being a leader in NBLSA is important because we are so few. There are not that many Black professionals in our community. And so having people stand up and take the cause of what's happening in our community is important. In order for us to have a cohesive organization and for us all to interact with one another, because we're going to be in the legal field together upon graduation. And the leadership is just that cohesion that allows everyone to interact with one another on both the national and regional levels, and it helps the local chapters get to know one another so they can put on stronger and better programming together through partnerships and just having the organization have a national outlook.
We need to make sure that we have the resources necessary, again, to provide outstanding programming, to ensure that we have the job fairs and the career expos and the academic retreats that are necessary for our students to know how to navigate law school, and then to ensure that they're developing and being able to be confident when they enter the legal profession.
It's important to donate to NBLSA because there are programs and other things that we put on that help students be successful. Starting first with the competitions, we provide an opportunity for minority students to participate, to get strong feedback from judges and practicing attorneys. And what that does is it helps them get exposure to certain things that they may not have gotten exposure to before. Sometimes when, many law schools where there are less than 10 African American students in the entire school, they may get lost in the shuffle when it comes to getting into certain competitions. But they're first in line to compete in the NBLSA competition. And there's a lot of value added to that.
It's important to donate to NBLSA because, as we all know, if we don't invest in our own, it no longer exists. And so we really have to kind of use our dollars to make sure that there are future attorneys that follow behind us, because no one cares more than us.
I would encourage all alumni to give back to the organization that I'm sure has done so much for them. At this time, NBLSA is going through what most law schools are going through and other law school organizations are going through. Enrollment in law school is down. Therefore, membership dues are not an integral part of our financial sustainability. And I believe that alumni should at least give back in the form of paying their membership dues even upon graduation, so that we can continue to put on excellent programming, provide excellent social activities to our members, and just go on to a long-lasting relationship for future generations to come.
I would like to just reiterate the thanks that the association has for your support. It's very important that we see you interact with us and that we get the energy from you of being a working professional. And so I'm very grateful for all that I've seen in this role and before. And I look forward to meeting those that I've met as mentors to be peers in the hopefully near future.